What's up guys? Today I bring you Apple versus Apple Day. So the new iPhone 17 Pro versus my 3-year-old battered iPhone 14 Pro. Roll the intro. This is my full head-to-head comparison comparing everything from the design, the specs, the features, camera samples, and lots more, with the ultimate goal of finding out how much better is the iPhone 17 Pro than my old iPhone 14 Pro, and is it really worth the upgrade right now? Okay, so quick mention about the damage. I dropped this a few weeks ago. It's just cosmetic damage. The inside layer is cracked. It's not even the top layer, but with a case on, you can't tell much. But above all, the iPhone still works absolutely fine. All features and functionality fully working, which is good news, and I'm probably going to get this repaired. So yeah, quick first impressions of the iPhone 17 Pro. It looks absolutely stunning. I'm surprised because it looks way better in person than the videos I've been watching, and I'm really happy with my choice of color. Deep blue is really nice. It goes really well with the Case-Q Deep Blue 360 case, which I will be using with my new iPhone, and I absolutely love this case. It's so practical, and it gives you that full protection which is required for such an expensive phone. Alright, now let's get this comparison started, starting off with the current price. The iPhone 17 Pro will cost you £1,099 for the 256 gig variant. The iPhone 14 Pro is no longer available to buy from Apple, but you can pick it up from Amazon for around $700 brand new, or secondhand on eBay for around $300 to $400 for the 128GB version. Now let's talk design. The iPhone 14 Pro features a surgical grade stainless steel frame with textured matte glass and a ceramic shield front. So no ceramic shield on the back, and that's probably why the rear of my iPhone is absolutely devastated. Now in comparison, the iPhone 17 Pro marks a major shift back to aluminium for the main chassis, but with a twist. The frame is now a unibody milled aluminium design, which extends to the camera plateau and a significant portion of the back. But you do have a cutout here for MagSafe and wireless charging, and this part remains as the upgraded ceramic shield 2 material. The new aluminium is high strength alloy designed for better impact absorption and thermal conductivity. Now the back now has a two-tone look to it, with the aluminium and the glass cutout. And as soon as I heard that the camera bump's going to be made from metal, I was really eager to check it out, especially after what happened with my 14 Pro. Now let's talk dimensions. Alright, so if we talk dimensions, the iPhone 17 Pro has a height of 150mm versus 147.5mm. So the 17 Pro is 2.5mm taller, which is hardly noticeable. The 17 Pro has a width of 71.9mm versus 71.5mm. So a 0.4mm difference in width. Again, your eyes cannot see that difference. But in thickness, the 17 Pro is 8.75mm versus 7.85mm. So the 17 Pro is 0.9mm thicker. But if you hold them side by side, the rounded edges compared to the flat edges makes the iPhone 14 Pro actually look thicker. So dimensions are very similar, and in the hands, they feel the same. Comfort-wise, the 17 Pro feels more comfortable in the hands thanks to those rounded edges. Now, if we talk about the weight, they both weigh the same, 206 grams, which is very interesting. So if you upgrade from the 14 Pro, dimensions are going to feel very familiar. The extra millimeters used in the 17 Pro are required to accommodate the new internal components, the larger battery and the new vapor chamber cooling and the upgraded camera system. And also the switch to aluminium is intended to offset some of that weight from these additions. The iPhone 14 Pro features that very familiar trademark square camera module with the 3 separate camera lenses. So that's a 48 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a 12 megapixel telephoto. The lenses are prominent, and the overall design of the camera bump is a defining feature. It feels funny saying that because the phone looks terribly damaged. The iPhone 17 Pro introduces a completely redesigned camera plateau that is stretched across the full width of the phone's back, the more horizontal design houses a significantly upgraded camera system, including a 48 megapixel main, 48 megapixel ultra-wide, and a new 48 megapixel telephoto lens with a periscope design for 4x optical zoom. This physical change is one of the most immediate visual identifiers between the two models. So let's quickly compare the ports and buttons. Starting at the bottom, the layout is the same. Both have microphone grill, USB-C port, and a loudspeaker. The difference is the 14 Pro has an antenna line and a slightly smaller grill. I believe that's the microphone grill. Now on the side, the 17 Pro has an antenna line, a 5G SIM card tray, volume rocker, and action button, and then we have another antenna line. The iPhone 14 Pro also has an antenna line, SIM tray, volume buttons, and you have a mute switch followed by another antenna line. Now up on top there is no visible antenna line on the iPhone 17 Pro, but you do have the secondary loudspeaker on the earpiece. And the 14 Pro does have an antenna line and secondary loudspeaker on the earpiece. And on this side, the 17 Pro has an antenna line, a camera button, a power button, and another antenna line. The 14 Pro has an antenna line, a power button, and another antenna line. Alright, now if we talk about the displays, the iPhone 14 Pro has a stunning 6.1 inch Super Retina XDR display with ProMotion and of course the introduction of the dynamic island, which was a game changer for interactions. The 17 Pro takes that foundation and cranks it up. We are now looking at a slightly larger 6.3 inch panel. The extra screen real estate is noticeable, especially for media consumption. But the real headline here is brightness. The 14 Pro can hit an impressive 2000 nits of peak outdoor brightness, but the 17 Pro takes it further. We are talking a mind-blowing 3000 nits of peak brightness outdoors. It means unbelievable clarity even in direct summer sunlight. Plus a new anti-reflective coating on the 17 Pro makes a tangible difference. And for durability, the 17 Pro steps up to Ceramic Shield 2, promising even better scratch resistance. So clearer, brighter, and tougher. Okay, now let's talk about the batteries. Both phones feature lithium-ion batteries with slightly different capacities. The iPhone 14 Pro has a 3200 mAh battery, and the 17 Pro has a larger 3988 mAh battery. So the 14 Pro will give you 23 hours of video playback, and the 17 Pro will give you 33 hours of video playback. So expect an improved battery life with the 17 Pro. Now the 14 Pro uses a lightning connector and charges at 20 watt max. And the 17 Pro uses a USB-C port and charges at a much faster 40 watt speed. But once again, Apple is up to no good. The tricky, annoying, and freaking awkward company it likes to be, they have limited the 40 watt fast charging to chargers which support the USB Power Delivery 3.2 SPR AVS standard. So in other words, only charger on the market that supports Apple's new standard is Apple's own 40 watt dynamic power adapter. Alright, fine, I'm prepared to buy it, but here's the thing, it's not even available to buy in the UK. But it's available in the US for around $35, but the UK has to still wait for it. So I can't test the 40 watt speed. If you try to use any other 40 watt charger, the maximum charging speeds you're going to get is between 24 to around 27 to 28. If you're lucky, you might even reach 30 watts. But you're definitely not going to be able to take advantage of the 40 watt top charging speed without Apple's own charger. Now I expect third-party companies like Anker to make their own version, but until then, feel free to curse Apple for being so freaking awkward. Moving on, both phones support MagSafe charging but at different speeds. The 14 Pro supports up to 15 watt MagSafe wireless charging, and the 17 Pro has been upgraded to 25 watt MagSafe and QI2 wireless charging. Alright, now let's talk performance. The iPhone 14 Pro shipped with the A16 Bionic chip, a beast in its time and still incredibly capable. But the iPhone 17 Pro is powered by the new A19 Pro. We're talking about a move from a 4nm process to an even more efficient 3nm process. The CPU is significantly faster, the GPU offers a substantial leap in graphical horsepower, and the neural engine is on a whole different league for AI tasks. In benchmarks, the 17 Pro just crushes the 14 Pro across the board. Let's check out the benchmarks. So we're comparing Geekbench 6 results. Single core score 2652 versus 3885. Multi-core score 6493 versus 9921. Next up, Antutu benchmark score. The 14 Pro achieves 1.6 million and the 17 Pro achieves 2.36 million. In 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme, the 14 Pro achieves 2533 and 17 Pro achieves 5149. In the Solo Bay test, 14 Pro achieves 3803 and the 17 Pro achieves 10,000. And finally, Steel Nomad Lite, not even compatible with the 14 Pro, and the 17 Pro achieves 1763. So on my top smartphone performance chart of 2025, where all the latest smartphones are ranked by benchmark scores to see which one is the most powerful phone that you can currently buy. And as you can see, the iPhone 17 Pro achieves position 2 on this chart with an impressive Geekbench score of 9921. So the iPhone 17 Pro is currently the second most powerful performing smartphone you can currently buy. So it looks like it even outperforms the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Alright, so now let's check out gaming. And to show you the benefits of the new A19 Pro chipset, we have to select a game that can take advantage of it. Alright, so check this out. We're in the App Store and I've searched for Resident Evil. So you can see Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Village are not downloadable on the 14 Pro. You can see there it says not compatible with this device. So these two games are full PC ports and the 14 Pro can't even handle them. On the other hand, the 17 Pro can handle them and you can see it's available to download and play. And I've already downloaded Resident Evil Village right there, so we'll be testing that out shortly. Here is another good example, another PC game ported directly to iOS. You can see it's not compatible with the 14 Pro at all. You cannot download it on this phone. And the 17 Pro, it's available to download and I've already downloaded it and it's freaking incredible. So let's check out some gameplay on the 17 Pro, specifically the PC ports, to see how they play.
Where the hell am I?
Now, Destiny Rising is a game that is a great benchmark for the A19 Pro, as it can run super smooth at very high frame rates with high quality textures. You can see the maximum graphics supported is Ultra and the maximum frame rate is high. And then Max, which is 60 FPS, is locked out. Maximum selectable is Ultra and High. In comparison, the 17 Pro will allow you to select Ultra, so same graphics, but you can select maximum frame rate, which is 60 FPS. And it does give you that warning of lag, and 120 Hz is currently locked, and that will be available in November. So we're going to try playing at 60 FPS on both. When you select 60 FPS on a 14 Pro, the graphics drop down to standard, and the graphics remain on Ultra with the 17 Pro. All right, starting with the iPhone 14 Pro. So even at standard graphics, the graphics do look amazing.
This is supposed to be a regular patrol. We weren't ready for this kind of fight. Are you the backup? We're here to help.
That actually looked and played amazing. Now let's try the 17 Pro. So this is on ultimate graphics. So the graphics is supposed to be much higher. Let's see.
militia. We have got to help them.
Are you from Haven? What happened?
This is supposed to be a regular patrol. We weren't ready for this kind of fight. Are you the backup?
We're here to help.
So Destiny Rising looked like an amazing game. It played well on both, but of course the 17 Pro took advantage of the higher graphic settings and it looked absolutely stunning. The last game we're going to test is called Delta Force. Alright, so comparing the graphic settings of Delta Force, that's the iPhone 14 Pro. You can select Ultimate Graphics and at the same time you'll be able to select High FPS. If you want to increase the FPS, it's going to reduce the graphics. So if you select Ultra, it's going to go down to HD graphics. Ultimate will take it down to Exquisite. 90 FPS will take it down to Standard, and 120 FPS will keep it at Standard graphics. So the highest combination you have is Ultimate and High FPS. Now with the 17 Pro, you can select Ultimate and Ultimate at the same time. Unfortunately, you don't have the option for 90, 120 or 144 FPS. All three of these are shaded out and you can't select them. So we're going to keep both on the highest settings possible and play a game on both and see how they fare. That's the 17 Pro. 14 Pro. Both look amazing. Let's run around a bit. This game is incredibly fluid. Console quality game on your phone. Stop right there. 17 Pro. Wow. It's a slightly better detailing I can see on the 17 Pro. Otherwise both playing pretty nicely. Now both phones feel quite warm to the touch. The 14 Pro feels a lot warmer. So both performed very well for gaming. But if you're someone who wants to play the latest PC ports, the latest games that require the enhanced graphics, then the 17 Pro is the way to go. Okay, so let's talk cameras. For many, this is the deal breaker. The iPhone 14 Pro has a 48 megapixel main sensor, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a 12 megapixel telephoto. In comparison, the 17 Pro has a physically different camera layout because it's packed with upgrades. We're still getting a 48 megapixel main, but it's a larger sensor with improved pixel binning and a wider aperture for even better low light performance. Then we have a 48 megapixel ultra wide, which is a huge jump from the 14 Pro's 12 megapixel. This means significantly more detail, especially in challenging conditions. But the real star here is the 48 megapixel telephoto lens with a periscope design, offering 4x optical zoom. And on the front, the 14 Pro has a 12 megapixel true depth sensor, and the 17 Pro has an upgraded 18 megapixel multi-aspect center stage camera. So I've included a varied bunch of samples to give you an idea between both cameras. So which one do you think is better? Is there a big difference between them? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. So there you have it guys, that was my quick comparison test between the iPhone 17 Pro versus the 14 Pro. Now if you already own the 14 Pro or lower, I think it's well worth upgrading to the 17 Pro. Every part of this phone has been upgraded, from the screen to the chipset to the battery, fast charging, vapor chamber cooling and lots more. It took 3 years for Apple to actually create a noticeable upgrade from the 14 Pro. I had to skip the 15 and the 16 series, and the 17 series finally made sense to upgrade. I especially prefer that metal unibody design. It's much better than having a full slab of glass on both sides. Now I hope this video has helped you see the main differences between these two smartphones. Also, do let me know if you're upgrading to the iPhone 17 series and which phone you are upgrading from. Meanwhile, if you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, then hit the like button, sub to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.